No. You're not just gonna brush past this one, mate. I asked you a question. Can you tell me what the meaningful difference between a lichen and a tree is? Nope, the vast majority of vascular plant species require a mycorrhizal relationship to develop properly. It's all the lame plants that don't need them, too. Veggies and stuff. Rhododendrons. Ugh. No, sedges are always cool. They're just not jumping on the common trend. Most plants zig, sedges zag. You're dodging my question. Tell me the specific reason why mycorrhizal plants are not considered lichens. I'm not being facetious. Well, mostly. Look, from my understanding, a lichen is defined as the group effort between various fungi supported by a photosynthetic organism. Generally defined as an algae or cyanobacteria, but not precluding a higher plant. You can't, can you? Go on. Tell me about it. I see where you are taking this argument, but you know exactly where the size case takes us, don't you? Prototaxides, checkmate. It's fossil work, of course it's contentious. The argument that it was a lichen has not been sufficiently debunked to dismiss it, purely because defining a lichen is functionally impossible. I am not defining what a lichen is. I'm arguing that plants don't exist because they are lichens which also don't exist. I assure you, I'm being entirely reasonable. No, but there is a serious argument in this. The structure of many vascular plants is virtually unrecognizable without the mycorrhizal relationship. The plant basically fails after initial growth, unable to extract enough nutrients from the soil to reach maturity. Without the mycorrhizae, there's no plant. I'm not being dramatic. Most plants wouldn't reach the reproductive stage without their fungal allies. That's the point. You can't have the forest without the root fungi. The trees, the shrubs, even the little ornate orchids. No fungal association, no forest. Do you know what a seemingly singular organism that is actually a fungal mat with an incorporated photosynthetic mutualist is called? That's exactly right. And what a beautiful lichen they are. Wait. The fungal mycelial network running through the forest floor, it's interconnected. The individual forest plants are not individual. The individual plants are not lichens. The whole forest is a single lichen. Well, that's the thing, isn't it? The whole crux of the issue is defining what a lichen is. The current definition is an association of fungi, both basidiomycete and yeast alike, sometimes a bacterial component, and a photosynthetic species for sun-eating. It's a pretty ambiguous definition, leaving a lot of room for interpretation. Don't even try it, mate. Taxonomic phylogeny has no power here, at the border between prokaryotic and eukaryotic association. Lichens aren't even monophyletic. They evolved multiple times throughout the evolutionary history of life. Nuh-uh. Biological sciences require a certain level of order and relative association in order to catalog life, through which we hope to better understand it. It's bad enough trying to define lichens as species, or any taxonomic clade for that matter, when they consist of multiple kingdoms, hell, multiple domains. Further on that point, knowing that lichens are not monotypic and would need multiple new clades erected for valid placement in the current known biota. Even that's not a simple enough description of the conundrum, as different fungal hosts can form different types of fungus depending on the other component species in the relationship. It's rather telling, you know. The last big conclusion was to define lichen by the fungal host, only to discover that most lichens consist of multiple fungal hosts. This is why I love biology. Nothing ever makes sense, and when it does, it's specifically telling you that you're wrong. Cast out, ye razor of Occam, accept that 4 billion years is a long time, and life has used that time to experiment. Doesn't it make you just a little excited that the very principles we built our understanding of life on are so very flawed? That a simple association of poorly understood organisms can shake the very foundations of our understanding of life? We haven't even gotten to the best part. Those plants that don't use mycorrhizal associations to get by, you know what a lot of them have in common? They're common garden plants. Human garden plants. Plants that are associated with human horticulture and agriculture. You might argue that they rely on us to maintain and care for them. In return, many of them are edible, allowing us to utilize them to obtain energy indirectly from the sun. Yep, humans are lichens. Surprisingly, I actually knew a couple of these words. Tumblr gets, weirdly into mushrooms sometimes.